Morning, Coach.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. We started. Mike from Hero Times has the first question. So, Mike, go ahead. Everybody else, use the raise your hand feature, please.
Uh, yeah, Terry, just if you could start with updates on Mackenzie and Lily and what kind of do you know for ahead of Friday's game?
Yeah, I still don't know if they will be available Friday night. They're day to day right now, Mike. I mean, they're in rehab. Lily had quite a sprained ankle, so we're just trying to tend to that. And then Mackenzie is just rehabbing, her knee per usual. So we're still day to day. That neither one of them were in practice yesterday. Neither one of them will be in practice today.
But did they avoid did Mackenzie and specifically avoid something serious then? Injury with the left knee.
Well, I mean, it's what she's done in the past. She has a kneecap that wants to shift in and out. So that's basically what it is again.
Jim, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. How are you today?
I'm good.
Going into this tournament, you guys have a lot of positive trajectory heading in. It's been another great season. But even with the double bye, you're going to quickly possibly run up against this Iowa team again, which is a tough way to go. Does that help, hurt, or no effect on what happens after that in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I don't think Jim, it has any effect. I mean, our resume, our the year speaks for itself in terms of what we've done. I the tournament's fine. I mean, I think it's fine for teams that are trying to get into the field. But for us, I think we feel pretty good that we're there. It's just about trying to protect home court advantage for us. I mean, we want to host. And so, that's what that's the only thing that's on our mind is doing our job. But certainly I don't know what ramifications will happen, what happens, with whatever the Big Ten tournament, lose or win. I think if we win, obviously that's pretty easy, but we just want to host. But I do think that our record speaks for itself, and what we've been able to accomplish speaks for itself. So I feel like we're in a really good position.
Todd.
Hey, Terry, how you doing?
Good.
The double bye, how does that affect your preparation? I know you won't know your opponent obviously until 24 hours ahead of time. That's something you guys have had to do before. What have you done to deal with that dynamic? Right now you have to worry about 3 potential teams, but
Right.
how have you handled that in the past? How do you intend to handle it this year, especially with some unknowns?
Yeah, well, it's tricky. I mean, not only are you dealing with 3 opponents, then if you win, you don't want to ever assume anything. But I think you got to try to prepare. Yesterday, we spent some of our time on things that all of them defensively we might see in terms of our coverages, things we'll have to use to prepare against them from a defensive perspective. If we have to play small ball, what that'll look like for us. So we have. It's hard, Todd. I mean, it really is to figure out, and the timing is really what stinks. Because you played late Thursday night or Friday night, late. You get back, and then you got to turn around and play again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so, we're trying to. I just got out of our staff meeting. Just trying to put on paper things that we feel like we're going to have to cover, because we know come Friday or Saturday, preparing for that next opponent, there will be no time, or little to no time. And you're not going to do anything that's going to be full speed. It's going to be a walkthrough. So yesterday, today, and tomorrow will be our only quote, time to really do something at full speed with our practice guys.
Chloe.
Yeah, hey Terry. I just had a question. If Lily and Mackenzie are out or limited for Friday, do you anticipate kind of using Yarden as at the 5, or how do you anticipate?
Yeah. Just like we did the other night, coming down the stretch with Maryland. That's a great thing about having Yarden. She's super smart. You can move her in a lot of different spots for us. Yeah, we would, as you call it, play small ball, but I don't know, Yarden's not small. You know, she can easily play a 5. Um, and, um, and so that's, you know, some of yesterday was directed right at that, just playing with, you know, Yarden being at that 5 spot.
Go Talia and then Mike Schumann.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned you guys are playing for home court advantage right now. With how you guys have been at home undefeated this year, just how important is that to get home court
Oh,
advantage?
so important, so important. You know, just the comfort level that I think we feel, you know, being in our own beds, being in our own environment. I love the fact that they'll be in class. There's going to be routine in their daily schedules. I like that piece of it, but you know, certainly with our fan base and the way they've shown up this year for us, the excitement, the energy that's in the building, you know, yeah, all of it's positive. And we want to be able to host for our fans, you know, so it's important as they are, you know, important to us. You know, we want to give them the opportunity to continue to support, you know, our program, and they've done that, and we're really grateful.
Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach. Continuing with home court, your first year, I think you guys averaged like in the 2000s, somewhere around there. This year, it's right around 10,000. What does it mean to you personally to be the person that kind of led this program to this point?
Well, again, it's not just me, Mike. This is you know, 10 years in the making, you know, of what we envisioned our program to look like, and an awful lot of really good players that have come through here and have helped us build it. A lot of great staff members that are either head coaches or not in the game any longer. You know, so it means a lot just because of, you know, when you take over a place like Indiana, you envision what you want it to look like and what it can be, what it can look like, because you know you're in such a rich state that loves basketball, you know, tradition, all of it. And you know that, you know, if you work hard enough and you can put a product on the floor that people enjoy watching, they'll come and they'll support you. And so, you know, I'm just a part of it. I mean, like I said, these fans come out to watch these players. And so my charge is to continue to, you know, help put a product on the floor, but also continue to recruit high level players that our fans want to continue to come out and support.
Go Zion and then Matthew.
Hey, Teri, I just wanted to expand on Yarden playing at the center spot. I'm not sure if she ever really did it much before she came to you guys at IU, but just what are some of the main things you've been having to tell her to adjust to in practice without Lily or without Mackenzie there?
Not a thing. Not a thing. Honestly. I mean, she's super smart. She had to do this a little bit last year when Mac went out. And so this isn't new to Yarden. You know, and as I mentioned, I've said it, I'll continue to say it. It's fun to have a player like Yarden that you can move around because of her IQ, because of her size, because of her passing ability. She has the potential to create some matchup problems for other 5s that may have to guard her. And so, you know, we think it's you know, I hope we don't have to go to it, but if we do, I think our staff feels pretty good about what she can be at that position for us.
Matthew and then Ari.
Hi, Teri. You guys are, you know, somewhere around 33 pointers away from, you know, breaking the season or the all-time season record. I guess kind of what's it been like to, you know, have the luxury of coaching 5 capable shooters in the starting 5?
Well, it's been fun. You know, we knew that when we were building our roster, we had to, you know, put 5, as we call them, flamethrowers around Mackenzie. You know, we were able to do that with the portal and, you know, getting Sarah Scalia, you know, getting Sid home, certainly bringing Yarden in. You know, Chloe's become efficient outside the arc. You know, Beaumont can shoot it. She hadn't shot a lot of them, but she's, and so is Jules. You know, that was the plan, part of the plan, and how we wanted to construct our personnel, our roster. That we needed shooters around Mackenzie. And so, you know, it's what we envisioned. And so it's fun to have, you know, 5 players on the floor that can all score. It certainly gives you balance.
Ari, and then Mike with the last question.
Yeah, I wanted to follow up on something you said Sunday. In the event that Mac doesn't play or Lily doesn't play, is there a way this weekend, but it's good for the tournament? Is there any way that can be communicated to committee? Like, because usually you would think getting one win, maybe two, would for sure let you host. But if the committee's concerned about, your injury status, is there a way you can communicate that to the committee, knowing, hey, don't dock us any seeds? They're going to be fined by the NCAA tournament, so you don't unnecessarily, maybe lose the fourth seed over it and not get to host?
Yeah, and Megan would have to,
Yeah.
I think this is correct, Megan. I think we have somebody from the Big Ten that communicates that.
Yeah. On a weekly basis, we are asked if we have anything to report to the NCAA or the WNIT committees, and the Big Ten communicates on our behalf any issues that we've had, either travel, injuries, et cetera, anything that we want to report. So yes, we are able to do that.
But Ari, if you want to call the committee and tell them that Indiana should host, you go right ahead.
Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, Terry, you've talked a couple times this year about how you've tried to message this team and coming out of losses and what this team's needed because the veteran group. I'm curious, when you kind of go into this tournament, what buttons do you think need to be pressed? I mean, I know the injury situation might kind of change your message, but I'm curious with that veteran team, how is your message different than maybe previous seasons, and what do you think this team needs to hear going into this weekend?
Mike, I just think they need to hear what, I've tried to, that this is a new season. This is another opportunity that we have in front of us to win a championship. That regardless of the injuries right now that we're facing, that we still have enough. We still have enough, to get the job done. And so, we took Monday off yesterday. They've been laser focused. What's unsettling for this group is that they don't know who they're going to play because we are creatures of habit. We like to know, exactly who we're prepping for. And so that was the biggest conversation, I think, most important conversation that I had to have with them yesterday was, look, we don't know who we're playing. We can make assumptions, but the next couple of days are going to be, our practices are going to look like we're preparing for, Michigan, we're preparing for Iowa, we're preparing for Ohio State. And so that's really where the conversations that we've had with them. We're going to go back today. We're going to watch some of our stuff because there's certainly things on our end, offensively and defensively, that we got to continue to clean up. But it's normal prep mode for this group. We've been here before. We understand tournament play, that first game is always the most important one, to build some momentum. And so, yeah, that's been the conversation. But like I said, right now we're just, trying to get healthy. That's the main thing right now is, we go into Friday night.
And if I could just, how hard is it to balance, like, you've got the NCAA tournament looming, and you want both healthy, and if you want them to play Friday and want them to play Saturday, but like that decision calculus, and Mackenzie obviously came back for these moments. Like, how hard is that for you, kind of in the next couple of days? I mean, I imagine you're thinking a lot about it, but how hard is it to sort of balance, like, do we risk it to, what is the risk this weekend?
No, yeah, you're right. No doubt. It's stuff that you think about for sure. I can guarantee you this, with the help of our medical team, we're going to do whatever we can to help Mac and help Lily get out there. But if at any point it's not safe for either one of them, to be out there at risk of, we won't do it. And we'll play with, the remaining roster and, put our best foot forward. But there is a bigger picture here, though. You're absolutely right. But as I mentioned, if both of those guys can go, they're going to play in the Big Ten tournament. We may just have to manage their time better, Friday night, Saturday, because you're playing consecutive back-to-back nights. And so that's where, we will have to manage that when we're faced with those, those scenarios. But right now, you know, as I mentioned, we're just trying to get healthy, and then we'll just take it day by day, to be honest with you, and see what the next day looks like. But there is a bigger picture. I'm thinking always about, you know, the NCAA tournament, and you know, and I know this is part of it, the Big Ten tournament. I wish we had more time right now in between to rest, but we don't. You know, we'll do what we have to do. But you know, I really like, and I have a lot of confidence in the pieces that we have. Regardless if Matt can't go or Lily, and you know, I still have a lot of confidence in this group, and I think that they have confidence in each other.
Thanks so much.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.